Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how to do Life Plan Part 4 Portfolio Project. Here's the instructions. Again, this Life Plan Part 4 assignment is going to be put into your Life Plan _ your name document, and you should be clicking on the plus sign and adding on a tab. I already did that. This is my Life Plan _ Cindy Goodwill, and I added on another sheet here and I called it Part 4. And then you're going to go to the textbook section 4.1c, number 21. That's the assignment we're going to be putting in here. We're going to make a table of the growth of your savings for 20 years. So you should make this useful to you. This is your plan for savings. So kind of decide how much money you could actually put into a savings account. And it would be helpful if you could even go to your bank and say, well, what is the percentage I could get on a savings account or some other kind of account? I'm not sure what kind of savings account they have available to you, but something where you could put money in every month and make a plan for this, and so make a plan to save some money. So this is kind of helping you make this plan and looking forward to how much money you'll save. So it's important that, so one of the parts is to make the table. The second part of the assignment is to create a graph of the table. I will show you how to do that. And then you will save your spreadsheet and turn it in here. As the rubric you see here, as if you use an electronic spreadsheet, you get 2 points. If you use the Life Plan _ your name workbook on sheet 4, you get 2 points. If you create a realistic savings plan, you get 2 points. Creating the table and using the functions that Brother Baird has taught us, you get 6 points for that. And then creating the graph of your table, you get 8 points. All right, if you come over and look at the assignment here, number 21, create a realistic savings plan for yourself. Make a table of the growth of your savings for 20 years. Create a graph of that table and include it in your portfolio. All right, so we're going to come over here, and Brother Baird goes over this really carefully in his video. So this is kind of a review. His first column that he puts in is Y for the number of years. We'll come in and put values in underneath this in a second. N is the number of payments you're going to make each year. R is your rate, so whatever percentage rate that you get on that savings account. Then we have PV, which is principal value. And just as a reminder, that's going to be a negative number because it gets taken out of your money and put into a savings account. So Excel looks at that as a negative number. Your rate is the rate over here for the R divided by N. And that just takes the rate and divides it up into 12 months. So each month gets part of the rate. The NPER is the N times the Y. So that's how many payments you're going to make. And then payment right here. This is also a negative number because this is money being taken out of your account and put into the savings account. And this, we'll get into that in just a second. And then amount here. This is where we're going to use our future value function. All right. So first of all, years, we're doing this for 20 years. So I'm just going to start typing 1, 2, 3, and then I grab that and drag it down and it fills in the rest for me. The number of payments we're going to pay every month into our savings account. So we're just going to put 12 and then drag that down. Our rate, it's really hard to get a high interest rate on a savings account. So I'm going to say maybe I get 2% for this savings account. Even that might be a little unrealistic. And we're going to say that stays the same for the whole time. Our principal value, this is how much money we put in at the very beginning. So I think I have $100 that I can put in to the savings account. And even though we just put that in at the beginning, we need to copy it all the way down because each of these rows, you're calculating this separately. There's no amount that gets carried from one row down to the next row. So we need to, down on this row, you need to be able to tell this future value function how much we started out with. That's why we have to copy it all the way down. The rate we said is R divided by N, so we're going to put in the equal sign. We're going to take R divided by N, divided by this cell, and hit enter, and that divides up our rate into 12 months, and that's going to be the same every year, so we copy that down. The number of payments, for this one we're going to take the number of payments we make every year, multiply by how many years we've made payments, and that'll tell us how many total payments we've made. So the NPER is how many payments we've made. So after the first year, we've made 12 payments, right? After the second year, we've made 24 payments because we've paid in 12 times for 2 years. And then the third year, it's 36 payments and on down. Now this one is important. How much can your budget handle? How much can your budget handle paying into a savings account every month? So let's say money's really tight. I can pay in $10 every month. All right. Put that in there. If you can pay in $100 every month, great. If you can pay in $500 every month, awesome. But whatever works for you, $25 every month, $15 every month. You need to figure out what you can pay in every month. I'm doing a nice conservative $10 every month. All right. And now I'm going to show you how to calculate the future value function here. So we're going to put in the future value function. I just clicked on the FX. It brought up the formula builder. I'm going to insert that function, and then it's really nice. I can just take and put these. I have my cursor right here under rate. I just go over here and click on rate, and it puts that value right there in that place. NPER, payment, $10 every month. Principal value, that's how much we started out with, $100. We hit done. At the end of 1 year, we're going to have $223.12. And once you get to that point, then you can just drag this down. It will fill it in for you and tell you how much you have after 20 years. Okay? Now, so this is your table. Yours is going to look a little different than mine because your rate's going to be different. How much you start out with is going to be different. How much you can pay in each month might be different. At this point, once you have your future value calculated here, you're going to highlight all of those numbers and then go up to Insert, Chart, go down to a line graph, and ta-da, it makes the graph for you. Isn't that fancy? That's one of the great things about Excel. It can make charts for you just like that. And notice we started out down here at about $100. Well, after 1 year, we end up with $223, and after 20 years, we're up here at $3,097.10. You should have a nice line like this with no jumps in the line, and it should be concave up a little bit. You can see this curves just a little bit up, and that's what I'm expecting to see on yours also. Now, warning, this is something that students often make a mistake on. Sometimes students will say, okay, after, let's say, year 10, I'm planning on having a better job, so I'm going to be able to put in more each month. So they take this and they change it and say, I'm going to be able to put in 100 right here. And then they copy this down like that. So if you notice now, my chart goes like this, and then it makes this huge jump up, and then it goes up like that. This, if I see something like this, I know you've made a mistake over here. The reason why is each of these rows calculates. So for example, this row right here, this is year 9. This is calculating how much money you will have if you follow this pattern every year for 9 years. So down here in this row right here, year 10, it's assuming you put in $100 every month for 10 years. So the first year you put in $100 every month, and the second year you put in $100 every month, and the third year you put in $100 every month, and onward. So these are actually, this is kind of like one graph, and this is another graph, and this line is kind of just sticking them together. So it doesn't make sense to change the value right in the middle, because each of these rows is calculating the numbers, the future value separately. They're not connected. The rows are not connected one to the next. There is a way to be able to change how much and not have this jump and have it calculate if you paid $10 per month for the first 9 years and then start paying $100 per month after that. I'm not going to tell you how to do that, but if one of you wants to figure it out, you're welcome to try. I have had students in the past who've been able to figure that out, and they've done a great job. The other thing is also over here, excuse me, don't change the percentage in the middle either, okay? This needs to be the same all 20 years, and this needs to be the same all 20 years, and this needs to be the same all 20 years for your graph to turn out looking correctly. You're welcome to play with this and change numbers and have a lot of fun with it. I expect that your numbers will be very different than mine, but I hope this is a very useful activity for you so you guys can make plans for saving money, because it really is an important thing, and it's something that the prophets and apostles have told us to do, is to save money. So let me know if you have any questions. If you get stuck, you're welcome to send me what you've done so far, and I can look through it and try and help you find out what's wrong. And anyways, have a great time doing this assignment. I hope you guys enjoy it and learn a lot from it.